Today we're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion, because that's what it was. They tried to extort, the Democrats tried to extort our country. There's never been a time when one or the other party ever didn't sign a continuation. It's just a continuation, not a big deal. It's a continuation and we'll talk later. Yet the extremists in the other party insisted on creating the longest government shutdown in American history.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss what everybody's discussing, the government shutdown. It officially ended, the longest one in history.
About time!
What does that mean for us? Nothing, because they literally pushed everything back. But hey, we'll go over those videos now.
President Trump has signed a bill into law to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history.
Day 43, and the government shutdown has officially ended.
It's not like magic. It's not like the shutdown ends and all of a sudden, poof, the airports get back to normal.
We did it. I mean, we didn't do shit, but we survived. The House passed the CR. Trump is going to sign at 9:45. I don't think they'll call you back to work tonight for tomorrow, but let me know if they do. So Friday, so happy I could cry. Last Friday I was crying. There's a lot still. I mean, January 30th, I have a lot of thoughts on it. I think you should prepare for another shutdown. We can talk about that tomorrow. We can talk about all of this tomorrow because you're going back and the government is open. I'm just so happy. I know I owe you an Epstein video. Today was a rough one. I'll explain it all tomorrow. I have more time tomorrow. Have a good night. Celebrate. Cheers.
Happy Thursday Eve. Y'all, I am at work and walking in for the first time in 43 days, I think, of the government shutdown. And it's done, right? It's supposed to be done. So let's see what happens. I'm excited. I'm just excited to get those things that y'all call a paycheck. That'll be fun.
You would think that people would go through this situation and figure out, hey, nobody has job security. And you would start to implement new ways as to how you can secure yourself and your family. But a lot of people just seem to think that that paycheck is always going to be there.
That's just what I'd expect you to say.
So this was a trial to see what would go on and how people would respond. And you guys are just showing exactly what they wanted. This type of response. You are literally falling back on the government.
Okay. Day 43, and the government shutdown has officially ended. So here's what you need to know. So what happens now that the government is going to be reopened? Well, many federal workers right now are being called back to work as early as tomorrow. Thousands of federal workers will start to receive back pay, but contractors will not get any back pay at all for the last 40 some odd days. So many of you have asked about travel. Well, airlines are still dealing with a shortage of air traffic controllers, but experts say that travel should get back to normal by next week. If you rely on federal food assistance like SNAP, that money is going to start flowing once again. And when does this deal expire? Well, January. Many lawmakers hoping that we do not find ourselves back in this same position yet again.
It's not like magic. It's not like the shutdown ends and all of a sudden, poof, the airports get back to normal. No, it's going to take a while. I'm at Reagan National this morning. Take a look at the board there. You see the orange? Those are cancellations. We have 85 cancellations at our 3 airports today. 32 of them are here at Reagan National Airport. Folks are starting to get frustrated.
It's crazy, and I think it's horrible how politicians, all of them, use us as pawns and, bargaining chips. That's all it is. That's all we are.
Another thing that nobody's talking about is all the people that actually quit. So, Trump did say that he was going to give
Tremendous amount of money. Tremendous amount. It's ridiculous.
$10,000 to the people that decided to stay in air traffic control, but then you have the people that left. So how do you replace all those jobs? Now, granted, there's a lot of people looking for work, but these people need to be trained, and this is going to take a while to get the infrastructure back up to par.
President Trump has signed a bill into law to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. The question now is, how long will it take to get everything up and running again? Let's start with air travel. Airlines say it'll take a couple of days to get back to normal operations, and that's only after they get a green light from the Federal Aviation Administration. But the FAA says they'll only give the okay when enough air traffic controllers are back on the job, and that depends on when they'll get back pay. Remember, the shutdown has gone on for so long that those people missed 2 full paychecks during the shutdown.
Anywhere from 24 to 48 hours after the government opens, they're going to get a photo ID and 70% of their pay. The remaining 30%, I think, will come in about a week after the government opens.
Remember, federal workers, including air traffic controllers, are entitled to back pay under the Government Employee Fair Treatment Act of 2019. And in all, about 730,000 federal employees have been required to work without pay during the shutdown. This law also requires federal agencies to issue retroactive payments as soon as possible instead of waiting for those scheduled pay dates. According to the Office of Personnel and Management, when furloughed workers would have to return to work would have to be tailored to the specific situation, but it's typically as soon as possible. Plus, Congress's reopening bill includes language to reverse the administration's firings during the shutdown, so all those people would have to return to work too. Even the Capitol would have to resume normal operations and tours soon. Back in 2019, the Smithsonian reopened their doors just 4 days after the shutdown ended. And then there's SNAP benefits. How long it will take approximately 42 million Americans to get their food benefits in full really depends. These are federally funded benefits, but they are handed out by the states. While the bill only funds the government fully through January 30th, it does fund SNAP through September of next year. So even if the government shuts down again in the new year, SNAP benefits will be safe.
Guys, we're most likely going to find ourselves in the same position yet again.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But hey, this is what everybody wanted. I'm not really big into politics. I'm not gonna act like I study that stuff. It is what it is. Yeah, you can only do so much. But as far as the government shutdown goes, guys, it's obvious that they're using us as pawns. You know, they're moving us like pieces on a chessboard. And it's up to us to either figure out different ways so that we're not reliant on the government.
I don't need it.
Unfortunately, a lot of people have to rely on the government, especially for food and SNAP and all of those things. So I'm happy that it's back on, but we'll see in the coming month or two how this is really nothing. Well guys, I appreciate you coming back to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and watch this next video as well.
Democrat senators caved and the government was reopened.
What happened?
Republicans convinced 8 Democrat senators to agree to end the government shutdown and to permanently not fund Obamacare for anyone. This is going to cause America's health premiums to increase up to 4 times. When the Democrats were asked about why they did this, they said if we didn't, the government never would have reopened, so we had to.
What are the conditions they agreed to?
Trump has to rehire the mostly Democratic government workers he fired during the shutdown that he used as a bargaining chip. And the government will be funded throughout January 2026. And there will also be another vote in December to lower healthcare premiums for Obamacare by extending the tax credit. But chances are that won't happen either. So they didn't gain anything besides people getting rehired until January 30th, 2026. Then Trump can just fire them again anyway.